Mark. How are you?
Hey Andrei. Okay lang naman ako, kaya lang medyo pagod eh. Hey, look! May sinend na link si Teacher Cruz.
What link? And what for?
Science month ngayon at yung mga senior high students magpe-present ng chemical reactions related to fire control. Pwede tayong magtanong pagkatapos ng presentation nila.
Oh, really? Come on, let's join. I'm curious about chemical reactions. Bye, Mark.
Tara! Bye, Andrei!
Hello everyone, I'm Armored Justin Veronica, and today we will discuss about the chemical reaction related to fire control. But first, what is chemical reaction? Ang chemical reaction ay isang proseso na kung saan ang isa o higit pang sangkap na tinatawag ding reactants ay nagiging isa o higit pang iba't ibang sangkap.
Isang halimbawa ng chemical reaction na related to fire is ang combustion. A combustion reaction is a reaction in which a substance reacts with oxygen gas, releasing energy in the form of light and heat. A combustion reaction must involve oxygen as one of the reactants. It is also the rapid chemical combination of a substance with oxygen involving the production of heat and light.
Fire is the visible effect of a chemical reaction called combustion. Fire is the rapid oxidation of a material called fuel in the exothermic chemical process of combustion, releasing heat, light, and various other reaction products. Why is fire hot? Fire is hot because of thermal energy is released when a chemical bond are broken and formed during a combustion reaction. Combustion turns fuel and oxygen into carbon dioxide and water. Here is the video to know more about the different classes of fire.
Fire is divided into 6 classes. Class A, fires involving ordinary combustible materials such as wood, cloth, plastic, and paper. Class B, fires involving flammable liquids and flammable solids such as grease, paint, oil, petrol, varnish, and fat. Class C, fires involving gases such as butane, propane, and acetylene. Class D, fires involving burning metal such as magnesium, titanium, and potassium. Class E, fires involving electrical hazards. Class F, fires involving objects related to flammable liquids such as deep fat fryers.
Ang konsepto para maunawaan ang combustion ay ang the fire triangle. The fire triangle or combustion triangle is a simple model for understanding the necessary ingredients for most fires. The triangle illustrates the 3 elements a fire needs to ignite: heat, fuel, and an oxidizing agent.
In order to understand how to extinguish a fire, we should first of all know something about the causes. For a fire to burn, 3 elements must be present at the same time. These 3 elements are fuel, heat, and oxygen. Let's have a closer look at these elements. Fuel is something that will burn, such as paper, wood, plastic, or cloth. Heat, for example, from open flames, sparks, or hot surfaces, is needed to raise the fuel to its ignition temperature, and oxygen is necessary to sustain combustion. Usually, these 3 elements are expressed symbolically as a triangle, called the fire triangle. By removing any of these elements, that is the fuel, the heat, or the oxygen element, the fire will be extinguished.
What is fire control and how do we control fire? Fire control is the practice of reducing the heat output of a fire, reducing the area over which the fire exists, or suppressing or extinguishing the fire by depriving it of fuel, oxygen, or heat.
A fire breakout in buildings such as residential houses and offices can cause destruction of life and property. Para mabawasan ang mga kasiraan, kailangan makontrol natin ang apoy. The combustion of a substance requires fuel, oxygen, and heat. Ang kawalan ng kahit ano sa nabanggit ay makakatulong sa pagkontrol ng apoy.
The use of water to douse the flames is the most basic and prominent method of fire control. Water lowers the ignition temperature of the burning material or fuel and thus stops the fire from spreading.
Cutting off oxygen supply to the burning material is another effective way of controlling fire. One of the methods to cut off oxygen supply is to cover the burning material with a blanket. Ang fire extinguishers ay maaari ring gamitin para makontrol ang fire.
A fire extinguisher is a portable container of chemical that is used for extinguishing fire. There are different types of fire extinguisher. The simplest is the soda acid fire extinguisher. The soda acid type fire extinguisher is made up of 3 parts: container, bottle, and knob. The container has a sodium bicarbonate solution and the bottle contains sulfuric acid. When the knob drops, the bottle breaks and the sulfuric acid reacts with the sodium bicarbonate to liberate the carbon dioxide gas. The carbon dioxide release form a blanket around the fire and cuts off the oxygen supply.
Alam mo ba kung bakit ginagamit ang carbon dioxide in fire extinguishers? The first reason is carbon dioxide acts on fires in 2 ways. The release of the gas under pressure has a cooling effect, as can be seen by the resulting mist-clouded ice particles. The gas also displaces the oxygen necessary to maintain combustion.
Pangalawa, carbon dioxide doesn't conduct electricity, making it an ideal fire suppressant for use in computer rooms, electrical distribution stations, and other locations where a large amount of electricity may be present.
The third reason is carbon dioxide is colorless and in normal concentration, odorless gas. It doesn't react with burning materials, so it doesn't create any toxic or other byproduct when used to suppress a fire. It's therefore a clean gas, meaning it's leave no trace of its use when suppressing a fire.
The first role chemistry play in a fire extinguisher is when you pull the lever, then shoot foam onto fire, you release carbon dioxide which then replaces all the foam within the bottle. Carbon dioxide extinguishers work by displacing oxygen or taking away the oxygen element of the fire triangle. Ito ang halimbawa ng single displacement reaction.
Single displacement reaction, also known as single replacement reaction or exchange reaction, is a chemical reaction in which one element is replaced by another in a compound. Fire extinguishers apply an agent that will pull burning fuel or streak or remove oxygen so the fire cannot continue to burn.
Maraming salamat sa pakikinig at ngayon, pwede na kayong magbigay ng mga katanungan.
Sir, I have a question. Can you give us tips on how to prevent fire?
Napakagandang tanong, Mr. Osada. Kaya ngayon ay ipapanood ko sa inyo ang ilang mga clips para maiwasan natin ang apoy.
Una, panatilihin ang mga smoke alarms. Ang mga smoke alarms ay dapat na naka-install sa bawat kwarto, sa labas at sa bawat bahagi ng bahay. Para sa mas maayos na proteksyon, ang mga smoke alarms ay dapat na magkakaugnay upang kung ang isa ay tumunog, sila ay magbibigay ng senya sa buong tahanan.
Next, use caution with open flames. Only burn candles when you are in the room, and use sturdy candle holders. Smoke outdoors only, and use deep, sturdy ashtrays. Make sure butts are cool before throwing them out.
Pangatlo, magluto ng ligtas. Iikot ang mga hawakan ng kaldero sa likod ng kalan upang maiwasang matanggal ang mga ito. Manatili sa kusina kapag nagluluto sa kalan o nag-iihaw.
Fourth, heat your home safely. Keep anything that can burn at least 3 feet away from radiators, space heaters, fireplaces, wood stoves, and furnaces.
Ikalima, planuhin ang iyong ruta ng pagtakas. Alamin at sanayin ang dalawang paraan sa paglabas ng bawat silid sa iyong tahanan. I-clear ang mga kalat na maaaring humarang sa iyong ruta ng pagtakas at tiyaking madaling buksan ang lahat ng pinto at pintana. Magsanay ng fire escape drill sa bahay nang hindi bababa sa 2 beses sa isang taon.
And lastly, practice electrical safety. Have a licensed electrician check your electrical system if you frequently have blown fuses or tripped circuit breakers. Replace outlets if plugs don't fit snugly. Don't overload electrical circuits and avoid using extension cords. Have an electrician install additional outlets if needed.
Maraming salamat, sir. Marami kaming natutunan at nakakatulong talaga ito para maintindihan namin ang chemical reaction sa apoy.
So thank you everyone for listening and watching our presentation. Salamat rin sa inyong cooperation.